Hey guys, it's Amy. Welcome back to Too Blessed. Today I am working on a centerpiece for my dining room table, and so I thought I would just kind of show you what I'm working on and let you kind of watch me try to put this together. So what I'm starting with here is this basket that I got at the thrift store. I paid $2.99 for it. And this is really what I was looking for my table. It's a rectangular basket. I cannot speak today. It's got handles on both ends. It's really sturdy, really nice and strong, and that's kind of what I wanted so that I will be able to move it if I need to, so I can really easily pick it up and move it off the table, you know, when I need to do that. So inside the basket right now, I've just got some pieces of floral foam. And I'm going to be putting this little sign in the center that says give thanks. And what I'm going to do is I wanted that to be in the center, but I need to elevate it. So what I got is this glass that I had gotten, I think from the Dollar Tree or maybe from a thrift store. I've just kind of had it in my stash of items. And so I'm going to be gluing the sign to the top of that just with some hot glue, because that way later I can take this back apart again. I don't want it to be permanent. So I'm just using hot glue to do that. So I'm going to do that first here. Go ahead and just put a good amount of glue on here. And then let's see if I can get this centered pretty well. All right, and we'll let that set for just a minute here. All right, and then the way I arrange the floral foam, of course, there's a space here in the center, so that's where this is going to sit. Try to make sure that's pretty centered in there, and then I'm just putting the floral foam kind of all around there. All right, then we're going to start putting some floral pieces. I'm going to actually start out with these leaves. This is kind of going to be my base, and then I'm going to fill in with florals around it. I think for these I'm just going to stick them in the foam. I don't think I'm going to glue them in, because kind of like I said, I like to have the option of taking them apart later in case I want to, you know, next year I might want to do something a little different. So a lot of times when I do floral arrangements like this, I tend to not glue them together permanently, just for that reason, because sometimes I like to change it up, and that makes it a little easier. When I get to putting some of the individual flowers in, I may have to glue them. Let me pull this camera up just a tiny bit. I may have to glue those, but for now I'm just going to go with kind of sticking them in the foam and see how that works. I'm going to turn this around because this is a centerpiece for the table. I want to make sure that it looks good from all sides as much as possible. There is, of course, going to be a front and a back, because this sign, you know, I'm looking at it from the back now, and of course I can't read it. But aside from that, I still want it to kind of look good from every direction. And this bunch of leaves actually has an empty stem, which I'm just going to cut off. Maybe. Maybe not. There we go. My wire cutters didn't want to cut through that. Okay, so then this one's going to go back here. So I've just got two little kind of picks that are autumn leaves. And that's what I'm using, again, as sort of like the base of this arrangement. I think what I'm going to do in the back here, I don't know if you can see, because, like I said, because the words are backwards, I'm going to go ahead and let some of this come up and sort of cover that sign. And that way, from the back, it won't maybe look so strange that the words are backwards. Okay. So that just kind of gives us a starting point there. And you can just kind of arrange those whatever way looks good. All right, so that gives us, that's it, just our little bases here. Now, I'm working right now just with items that I have on hand. So it's possible that I may have to come back and add some more to this. And in fact, I kind of think I'm going to. I think I'm going to want more leaves in this one because that's all the leaves that I have right now. So I'm going to go ahead and start adding some of the flowers that I have. Let's see, what do I want to use first? Okay, I've got a couple of, I don't remember what these were called, but these are from Dollar Tree. I've just got a couple of these. So I'm going to kind of stick these in. And we're just going to be starting to try to kind of fill in some of the spaces. So, like these particular ones are, I feel like these flowers are kind of plain. So these ones I'm going to use as more as filler, kind of down towards the bottom here. I've got some other flowers that are a little more pretty that will kind of be towards the outside. Now the floral foam that I've got going all around the center here, right now I'm basically just using the piece that's in the center in the front and the piece that's in the center in the back. I probably will be putting some flowers in the side ones, but I'm basically building my arrangements just on the center and kind of having it spread out. I think I'm just going to set these flowers aside for now and just kind of work on the front, and then I'll turn and work on the back. So I'm kind of just dividing up the flowers I have and putting some in the front, some in the back. So I've got a couple of these sort of reddish ones that these ones I've just had for years. I'm not even sure where I got these. But I think I'm going to put two, I've got 3, so I think I'm going to put 2 of those in the back and just keep 1 here in the front. Let me get in there. Try to get in there and put this in the foam, and it doesn't want to go. I think I might cut this one down a little bit. It's got a really long stem. I think I can cut that. Put that right in the center there. Okay, so I don't know if what you can see here. So here in the front, I put the two light colored flowers on either side, and then the red one in the center. So I think on the back side, I'm going to use the 2 red ones on the outside and the lighter colored one in the center. So the back will look a little similar, but just a little bit different also. Like I said, I'm just going to work on the front right now, and then I will turn it around and work on the back. Okay, the next thing I've got to add are some of these red, which are the Gerber daisies that came from Dollar Tree. I did get these last year, but I know that they're carrying the same style this year and probably the same color. Just kind of like a real pretty orange color. So I've got quite a few of these. Let me see how many I have here. I have 6 of these all together. So we're going to do 3 in the front and 3 for the back. So now these ones I'm going to start building up just a little bit more, giving just a little bit more height, but I'm trying to be careful not to cover too much of the words. You know, I still want to be able to see what those words say, of course. So I'm going to do 2 of these here. The only problem I have with these Dollar Tree flowers is that they tend to be kind of folded like this, and I haven't figured out a good way to get them to kind of flatten back out. So if anyone knows how to do that, let me know. Okay, I think I'm just going to put those 2 in for right now and save that one, just so that I can kind of decide where to put that later. Then I got these ones this year. These are also those Gerbera daisies from Dollar Tree, and they're just in kind of a sort of a creamy color, you know, not exactly white. I've got 5 of these. So for now, I'm going to say I'm going to use 3 in the front and 2 in the back. And when I say front and back, I'm also going to be filling in on the sides as well. So just, you know, kind of doing that as it looks good. Right. And then the last thing I've got is I also got some of the same color as those Gerbera daisies. I got some hydrangeas. I know I'm going to want to get more of these because I only had 1 stem or 1 bunch of these, and I've got 4 stems. So I've got 2 for the front, 2 for the back. But I know I'm going to be getting more of those because I've got some other projects I'm going to use those for too. So, all right, now we're going to be filling in here. I'm going to put one of these lighter color ones on the end here. And I can let that stick up a little higher because it won't be covering the words. And then I think I'm going to put another lighter colored one at this end. Kind of the same idea. Ooh. Oops. Didn't end up exactly where I wanted, and then the stem fell off. Okay. There we go. That's a little better. Okay. So you can kind of see as you're looking at the front now, I've got a lot of the oranges and reds. So what I'm trying to do with these lighter color ones is just kind of break up all that orange and red. So let me go like right here, and I need to trim that one down. I can tell I'm definitely going to need more flowers for this than what I have. So I know for sure I'll be making a trip back to Dollar Tree to get a couple more things. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's see, I'm going to put another one of these orange daisies here in the corner. And I'm going to grab one of the daisies that I had for the back, and I'm going to use it here in this corner. Instead, I can, now that I'm putting this together, I can really tell that I'm going to need more flowers to really make it as full as I would like it to be. That's for sure. Okay, let me put some of this hydrangea right here. And I know I definitely want some more of the hydrangea because I really am liking the different texture that that gives. So I'm going to be looking for some more of that for sure. Right now I'm kind of grabbing some of the pieces that I had allocated for the back, and I'm using those in the front here just so that I can kind of at least make the front look the way I want it to. Okay, I'm really liking the way this is coming out right now. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm going to leave the front alone for right now. I'm going to go ahead and fill in the back with what I have, and then kind of see where we are. So, honestly, you can see that this goes pretty quickly, at least for me. I've done a lot of floral arrangements. I've been doing it for a lot of years. I'm not saying I'm like a professional, by any means, but it is something that I enjoy. I used to do a lot of floral arrangements for our church. I always had a lot of fun with that. And I've done a lot of bouquets and decorations for weddings. I did them for a couple of my sister's weddings, and then of course I did our wedding. Okay, so now on the back here, like I said, I'm putting my 2 red flowers on either side. I feel like the back is going to be easier to work on just because I can kind of let things come up a little taller and really fill in that space, whereas in the front I was trying to keep it a little lower so that I didn't cover the words. So I've got the 2 reds on each side. I'm putting this lighter colored one in the center. It is kind of small. Let's see. Yeah, I can definitely see that I'm going to need a lot more to fill this in. I'm going to add, definitely want some more leaves. And I think I would like to get some more of the hydrangea, maybe even in some different colors. But I really love this light, sort of creamy color. It kind of offsets all those bright fall colors really nicely. Sort of balances everything. Oops, throwing things on the floor. Okay, so I'm just kind of filling in these last couple pieces that I have here, and then we will have to kind of take a break until I can go and get some more florals to finish this up. And I might even end up getting some ribbon and possibly putting a bow in. I don't like to go crazy with the bows. I do like bows, but I don't think everything has to have a bow. So I'm not sure about that. But so let me just show you where we're at right now. So here's the back. I can definitely see there's some big holes like here and here. So I'd like to fill that in. I do, like I said, I definitely think I want some more leaves, and I would like some more of the hydrangea ones, just because of the different sort of shape and texture that they give. I'm actually even debating maybe taking this sign and putting it on something a little bit taller, just so that I can fill this in and make it really full and really beautiful and still have my sign. So I might be playing around with that a little bit, but this is what I've got for now. And after I get some more supplies, I will come back and we will continue working on this. Okay guys, I am back to add just a few finishing touches to this arrangement. I did prop up this sign just a little bit more. I wanted it to be just a little bit taller. And right now it's not permanently in there. What I did is I had a little tiny bowl that I put down in there, and that glass kind of fits on top of it, but it keeps tilting from side to side. So I'm going to have to probably do a little hot glue to hold that in place, but it's working for now. I wanted it just a tiny bit taller, and I think that's the perfect amount of height. So I made it back to Dollar Tree to pick up a few more flowers for this arrangement, and then also for a few other arrangements that I'll be making coming up. So I'm really not going to add a whole lot to this one. There are just a few holes I kind of wanted to fill in a little bit. So I got some of the hydrangeas in this orange color. I wanted some more of this creamy color, but the store I went to didn't have any. So I went ahead and went with the orange, and I think it's really pretty. Okay, I'm going to have to cut this stem a little bit. And that's going to go right here. Just have to get it down in the foam. Oh, and it popped off the stem. All right, try that again. That one is not not wanting to go down in the foam. We're just going to kind of arrange it. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to put a little bit of that orange on the other side. I think I told you in the first part of the video, I like to have things balanced when I decorate. So it's got, you know, I put a little bit of orange on that side, so now I'm going to put a little bit of orange on this side. Right there. Okay. I picked up a few more of the Gerber daisies. And these ones that I got do not have the burlap. Oh, there goes my sign. I told you it wasn't staying in place real well. Yeah, I'm going to have to glue that because it does not want to stand there. Anyway, these daisies do not have the burlap looking fabric in. They're just kind of like the regular daisies. So I think I'm going to put one of these right in front here. Break up some of these oranges that I've got going on. And then I think I am going to put one of the ones that has the burlap. So they're the same color, but one has the burlap looking fabric and one does not. So I'm going to put one of the burlap ones on this side. There goes my sign again. That is, I think I'm just going to pull that out for right now because it's not staying in place. I'll put it back in at the end so you can see what it looks like. Okay, so I think for the front, I think that's going to be pretty good. Except I did find these also at Dollar Tree. These little like berry looking pieces. Of course they came on a big bunch. But I thought these would be nice to add a little bit of extra texture in the arrangement. So I'm going to add a few of these kind of sticking up. Again, we're going to balance them, one on each side. And you don't have to, obviously, do things balanced on each side. That's just the way I prefer. And honestly, I've studied different books and things like that on flower arranging. And usually they will tell you a lot of times to do things in threes, you know, or in uneven numbers. So in threes or in fives or something like that. But like I said, it's just kind of my personal preference that I like the way it looks when things are just kind of balanced on each side. Now I could go ahead and put another one of these clusters right here in front, but I really think I like just the two, the one on each side. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this now and just kind of see where I need to add a few more things. Like I said, I think the front is doing really well. The back looks like it just needs a little bit more help. I've got one little cluster left of the creamy colored hydrangea. I'm going to kind of stick that in here. Actually, I think I might do that on the side over here, because then I won't have to worry so much about it being balanced, because you won't see this side at the same time as the other side or anything like that. This little daisy here is not in the foam, so I'm sticking this one back in here. Okay, there we go. I do have some berries to put in back here. And I think I want to get some more of that orange hydrangea. But I set that over here, so I've got to grab that real quick. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and get a couple pieces of this to add in the back. So put one right here. And again, my infamous balancing. One on each side. I just really like the way it looks having everything balanced out like that. I guess I just enjoy symmetry is what it is. Put another Gerber daisy in there. I'm going to move this one that I had in there already and kind of bring it out here. Okay, and then I'm going to add in, again, some of these little berries. I'm going to put these kind of down a little bit. And I might actually end up doing 3 of these on the back here. Let me see how this is going to look. I'm going to move this one more into the corner. This one does not want to go down in the foam. I'm actually going to cut this stem a little shorter also. It still doesn't want to go down in the foam. I don't know, I must be hitting a bad spot in that foam block there. Oh, there's a leaf in the way. There we go. That's better. Okay, so that one's going to kind of sit in the corner there. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and put one in the middle here. But that one also needs to be just a little bit shorter. Okay. And I think that might be it. Let me try putting my sign back in here and see how this looks now. I'll come back later and glue that in. But I just kind of want to make sure that everything is looking nice with the sign in place. I think I might need one more little bunch over here. My last little bunch of hydrangea. Because right over here on this side by the handle, there's kind of an empty space there. And I want to make sure that's filled in a little bit more. Now you can see this is the back of the arrangement. So this is going to be, you know, the words are backwards. But I think it's still going to look pretty from this side of the table. So let me show you what the whole thing looks like. Of course, this is the back, like I said. Oops, there goes that sign. I'm going to have to kind of hold that in place. So, you know, the only time this side is going to be seen is if someone's sitting at the other side of the table, which doesn't really happen a whole lot. It might happen if we end up hosting Thanksgiving, but I'm not sure if we're going to this year. I most likely am not going to be up for Thanksgiving this year. So we'll see what happens, but like I said, that's the only time it'll be seen from that side. I did want to make sure that it looked, at least the flowers and everything looked nice for whoever is sitting on that side of the table. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this just a little bit. Here is one end of it. And then here's the front. And I'm going to show you this other end real quick, and then I'll come back to the front. So there's the other end. Now you can see there is still a gap here where the handle is. If I end up having flowers left after I get done with all of my other arrangements, I may go ahead and put something in there. But for right now, I'm really happy with how these turned out. And I might also, when I went to Dollar Tree, I was looking for some more of the ribbon that I used in my wreath and that I've used in some other arrangements, and they did not have any ribbon left. So if I go to another Dollar Tree and they have some of that ribbon, I might go ahead and make like a small bow on each side where the handle is. But like I said, if not, I'm happy with the way it turned out. I think it's beautiful, and I think it's going to look beautiful on the table. I'm going to show you real quick the tablecloth that I got. I bought this last year after Thanksgiving. I got a really good deal on it. I think it was like maybe $2. I got it at Kmart. So of course, like I said, it was after the fall season was over. So it is a cloth tablecloth. Like I said, it was like $2 or $3 at the most. And it's just got like a leaf pattern. It's got these acorns, which are blue, which is a little strange, but it really is pretty. So I think with that on the table, I think that arrangement is going to look really, really nice. So that's all I've got for this video, guys. When I get done with all of my fall decorating, I will be doing a house tour to show you how everything looks, but that probably is not going to be until later in October once all of these decorating challenges are done. So that will be coming, but it will probably be a while before I get to that. So Thanks for stopping by and watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Alright guys, I just wanted to hop back on here real quick and give you a better view of what the centerpiece looks like all completed. Because as I was editing the footage, I realized you really couldn't see the whole thing. So I'm sorry about the lighting in here. These windows in our dining room are really, really bright. So I'm trying to get the best angle I can get. But this is what it looks like. I've got the tablecloth on, I've got the centerpiece on, and I'll be honest, I'm not loving the tablecloth. I thought it was going to look better with it, but it doesn't. So I've actually got a solid green tablecloth somewhere that, you know, like a dark, dark green. It's actually kind of the same green as in that sign there. The word thanks is green. So I think that green would look really, really pretty. I'm going to go ahead and leave this one just for now because I just don't want to change it again. But I think before I do my house tour of my fall decor, I probably am going to change that tablecloth. But anyway, this is what the centerpiece looks like. I did end up adding a couple of bows. Here at the end, I just made some little like flat bows with some leaves in the center. And I just kind of stuck them on the end there. It felt like it was kind of empty, so I just added those. But that is the finished centerpiece. I love the centerpiece. I think it turned out really, really beautiful. Like I said, not so crazy about the tablecloth, but that's okay. So I just wanted to add this in real quick so that you could see it. And thanks for watching, guys.